Hello.
Morning. How are you?
Hi, how are ya?
Good. It's,
Oh, wait,
it's a lot cooler than last week.
I know I have on like a big sweatshirt. I was like, oh, I had to like help them regroup it. Some of them are in the garage. I have 4 at home, you know, for e-learning, and some are in the garage. And
Right.
they're freezing. I'm like, oh, I guess it's kind of cold out there.
It is.
All right, let me mute myself. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go grab my earphones really quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, how's it going?
Okay.
Yeah, can't be
I got a new tracker. I got a Fitbit Versa 3.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's awesome.
I started out like 5 years ago with oh, what was it called? The first one that they had, but it didn't go in the water. And then I had a Versa, and I've had the Versa for like 2 years, and it's giving me trouble sinking. So this one just came out. So I thought we start with something brand new again.
How do you like those?
I like them because they go in the water. They go in the water, so it's good when I'm in the water.
Oh, see, yeah, because I've never had those before. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Like you have no issue with it in the water.
No.
Oh.
No, because then I get my steps. Like when I was doing water aerobics and stuff, we were going across the pool and stuff like that, and you still get your steps in.
Oh, see, that's so cool.
Yeah, because I don't want to spend all that money for an Apple Watch and go in the water and think that something's going to happen.
Oh, that's my whole thing. That's why I get nervous about it.
Those are very expensive.
That's where I get nervous about it too. Totally agree with you. My daughter, I don't have one, but like, yeah, I totally get it. I'm trying to connect my audio. I can only hear you in one
second.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's better. Okay, now they're both working. I can only hear one thing. I was like, what is happening? All right. Oh, it looks like it's gonna.
Use those when I was walking by myself.
Yeah.
Those things, like you said last week, they're so hard to keep in your ears.
Oh, they're not my favorite, but I'm grateful to have them because I can use them for what we're doing right now. But they drop out of my ears all the time. I'm like, are my ears funny? Like maybe these don't fit right.
I know.
All right. Well, it looks like to me, Mirabetta, I think it's me and you. It did not happen in a long time.
Right. Exactly.
It's cold. Might be a little stiff. So it's like hard. Like this is the kind of days where it's like one of those days you might not feel like doing something. So I think it's like one of those Mondays, or I don't know about anyone else, but Mondays are always the day I was glad to force myself to teach because it makes me move. Does that make sense? Like it was a day I made myself teach.
I don't exercise on Saturday and Sunday. So I am still.
Yeah, I bet. So we're going to still get ourselves moving. So do you want to is there anything specific, since it is just me and you, it's more like a one-on-one personal training. I mean, do you want anything specific? Would you want a little bit more stretching, like deep stretching?
We can do that if you want.
I mean, is there anywhere you're really tight? I have quite a few little stretches. I've kind of gotten some good stretches. Legs,
Yeah.
arms, shoulders.
Stretch real good on Wednesday, and then Thursday I do yoga, and then Friday I do Tai Chi. So I
Oh, you're
stretch.
good.
I stretch every day.
That's the best thing you could do for yourself. That is amazing. Okay, well, then we'll do some mobility moves. We'll do some major mobility, some cardio mobility too. And then,
Okay.
do you have a band? Do you have any bands at all?
Yeah. Here.
Let me see it. Oh, awesome. You have your yoga band. Great. You have your yoga strap. And then what about like, do you have any exercise, like an exercise band? Do you have any exercise bands, like tubes or bands?
No.
No. Okay, that's fine. I was just kind of wondering if you have that. Okay. All right. Hi, Donna. Come on in. Glad you joined us.
Hi, thanks.
We do need a chair today, guys. You will need a chair. We're going to start in the chair. We're going to use the chair for a little bit of some balance stuff too. All right. Well, I'm going to get started then. It's 12:03, so I'm going to get started.
Okay.
The sun is not out, so it's funny. The lighting is a little bit different than it usually is. I think the sun is. Can you see me okay? Or is it dark? It's okay? All right, good. All right. Then have a seat for me. And you can see my arms, okay? All right, good. All right. Have a seat all the way back in your chair. Thank you. Have a seat all the way back in your chair. Let your hands rest upon your thighs. Try to really let the feet sit right underneath the knees, kind of place them down where they need to. Support yourself by sitting yourself through sits bones, bracing the core, shoulders back and down, roll them back and down. Eye gaze is forward towards me. I'm going to take an inhale in, feel that all the way to the upper part of your back. Hold at the top, close the eyes for a second, take a deep breath, just hold. And release. Do one more. This time we're going to bring the shoulders up a little bit. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And slowly release. And this last time we're going to bring our shoulders all the way up and through, bringing the arms all the way up, kind of like you're taking a big yawn, just getting out of bed in the morning, a stretch. Reach for the sky. Hold, you can close those eyes, take a second just to be in this moment. Feel that all the way through your upper body. And slowly release your hands down to the side. If you need to, scoot yourself up a little bit to make sure your feet are flat. I'm a little bit shorter. So we're going to do this again with the shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of a shoulder mobility right now. So all I want us to do is just we're going to lift and lower for 10 times. So we're going to go up and down. So remember, Mobility Monday is a little bit more about the joints and making ourselves a bit more mobile. So I want you to think about feeling like by the end of this class, you should feel like you have like a little bit of a tune-up. Over, make sure we get them all the way up and all the way down. You don't have to go very fast for 10. And then we're going to do this. Watch. We're going to take it and just do up, down, up, down, up, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now, if you can, I'm going to have us reach all the way over with 1, all the way over with 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our last move, we're going to punch across, bracing the core, slight little spinal rotation. Wonderful. And then we're gonna do it again, all right? So we're gonna go through those same 4 moves. So we're gonna lift and lower. So we're gonna go up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for 8, 6, 7. Now opposites. We go up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 8, 7. Now reach all the way up. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Follow your hand. 6, 7, 8. Last time. Up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you got it. 7, 8. Then we go up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got this. Stay together. Now reach as far as you can, like you're reaching for something in the cupboard, way up on your tippy toes, and all the way across. And hold. All right, let's shake it out. Shake out the arms. Let's shake our arms all the way up. And then let's shake our arms all the way down. Shake our arms all the way up. And then shake our arms all the way down. Now we're gonna roll all the way up and all the way down. Now, make sure you realize how much it is to get those shoulders, right? It's a lot to get the hands above those shoulders. So the shoulders to stay back and down while you're going up and while you're going down. So your eye gaze is towards me. Simple moves that seem like, oh, we're just being silly, right? But this takes a lot of effort. So brace that core and now hold all the way at the top. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly allow yourself to brace. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are back and down. Hands are a little bit forward, so we're not all the way back here. Forward, just a little bit. Try to straighten the elbows with just a little slight elbow bend, not much. Like you're gonna bring me this ball and you're gonna take this ball and you're gonna give me the ball and you're gonna hold this ball in front of you. Okay, straighten those arms out almost all the way straight, except for just a little slight micro bend. Now, you take this ball and you're gonna put it all the way up in the air. You're gonna hold it right here. Don't go above your head. So a little bit forward of your face. You should be able to see it with your eye gaze, looking up. And now you're gonna take the ball all the way down, passing it right to me. We are doing this on purpose, trying to keep your shoulders up, building shoulder strength while creating mobility. Shoulders are back and down. Brace that core. It's going to help. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring it towards me. Wonderful. All right. Bring the hands to the side. We're going to do this. We're going to go and take one hand, place it on the outside of the thigh, and this hand to the chair, and slowly just take that little bit of a rotation to the side, looking over that back shoulder. Please remember to breathe and then slowly come to center. We're going to change directions, take the other hand and look over the back shoulder on this side. I'm noticing my it as well as my soul is a little crooked, a little off. Well, sometimes little things are a little off and that's okay. I'm just seeing my picture in the back and kind of laughing. Slowly come to the front. I kind of like when life is a little off course. All right, now we're gonna go side to side a little bit faster, but not too fast. So we're just gonna go side, look for about 3 seconds. Inhale, and on the exhale, inhale, exhale. Each side to side. Let's get that spine warmed up, nice spinal mobility. At your own pace. Two more on each side, wherever you are. and hold in the front. Come to center and join me back. All right, wonderful. Let's do a little bit of hip opening before we do some major hip opening on the ground. We're gonna lift your leg up if you can in a chair. Try to sit yourself back if you need to a little bit. Reset yourself so your sit bones are on the chair. You're sitting through tall, zip up through the top. We talked about this before, right? No pressure, just let this leg sit there, okay? We're not doing anything to this leg except for letting it sit there. So make sure it's not on the knee, put it right on the thigh if possible. If this leg is way up in the air, that's fine, okay? Otherwise, push through, try to make some space, create a space where you're a little bit uncomfortable, is fine, just no sharp knife-like pain. And now we're gonna do arms out, and we're gonna just kind of do a little bit of a flutter, side to side, right? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're gonna go little circles. Do you remember this in gym class? Little simple moves that get like harder than you think. So squeeze between the shoulder blades, and we're rotating towards the back first. So we're gonna try to do 25 to the back, little arm circles to the back, slight little micro bend in the elbow so you don't lock out the joint. A lateral way to move that shoulder, and then we're gonna go now forward for 25. Or till you feel like you wanna go the other way. Create some energy in this foot down here on the ground, so make sure it's not falling asleep. And hold. All right, now hold. Bring those arms back in, give them a little bit of rest. Keep this leg here, please. We're here for almost about a minute. If you can bring it in any closer or press a little bit lighter, or a little like through this hip to a little bit light though, no deep pressure, please. Otherwise, we go back out. And this time, I want us to try to get this mobility going this way. So we're gonna lift up, and we're gonna come all the way down. So we're gonna go all the way from one side, all the way up, and all the way down, and all the way up, and all the way down. But the one thing we're not gonna do is we're not gonna lift our shoulders. So we're gonna keep ourselves nice and centered, creating a big space. So can you make your palms face me, spread those fingers apart, and make as much room with these arms as you can. Cover as much space with the room as you can with these arms. Brace the core. Beautiful. For 2 more, please. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Wonderful. Safely grab underneath and lift this leg down and shake it out. If you need to, get a little sip of water. You could need a little sip of water. I hope you do. If so, take it, grab it, and then please try the other leg. We're gonna take this foot up. Again, make sure you find a place that has a little bit of a comfort level and push past that a little bit. So it's a little bit uncomfortable. Take yourself out of that zone a little bit, okay? Make sure this foot is flat on the floor. Sit up right through those sit bones. Make sure both of your sit bones, meaty part of your bottom, right? Find them. Sit on there. Sit through, tall, shoulders back and down. And now I want us to use wrists. We're gonna take ourselves out. Hands are up, thank you. And now we're gonna safely and just nice and softly face down. So we're gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down. Make sure you're separating your fingers. You don't have to go very fast. This wrist mobility is very important. Warming up all these parts of our bodies, everything like a well-oiled machine, right? Your body is a machine. So we want to take care of it. We gotta, do it. The body, what does the body good, right? Now hold. We're gonna go out. Watch out. And now I want you to come in and out and in. Out. Now you might feel this in your elbow a little bit. If that's the case, I want you to bend your elbows a little bit. So if it looks a little funny to you with the way I'm doing it, that's fine. My one elbow wants to like lock out a little, so I'm bending my elbow big time. Otherwise, you can straighten them without, like I said, please do not lock out the joints. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, don't let this leg go yet. We're just gonna shift it in a little bit more if you can. Press through a little bit more through this stretch. Reset yourself wherever you feel. If you sit forward a little bit, you might feel more of this stretch, okay? And this time, we're gonna take our hands to the side. Shoulders are back and down. We're gonna take our neck and we're gonna go to one side and hold. Trying to get that ear and shoulder eventually to meet up without lifting the shoulder to the ear. The second option in this move, we know if we've done this class before, is to gently bring your hand on the head without pulling and just let it rest on the head. Not forgetting to breathe. And slowly bring it to center. Reset yourself, open your eyes if you had them closed, and slowly go over to the other side. I don't know about anybody else, but my sinuses have been bothering me these last few days with all this weather changing. So I feel it in my neck. A lot of times, just a quick little 5-10 minute neck stretch, shoulder relief can help a lot. Second level, of course, we can let our head and hand meet together at the top, just gently, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly bring it to center. Safely grab, hold, let this leg come down to the ground. Wonderful. Sit yourself a little bit more towards the edge. You can see my feet, yes? We're good? Okay. All I want us to do is we're gonna point and flex. Point, 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 point. So you're lifting, and then you're pointing, and then you're bringing yourself back with your feet are up. See how my feet aren't landing flat? Try to keep them up. Up and then point, squeezing the glute to allow yourself to lift without bothering that hip flexor. For 2 more on each side. And back. And now we're gonna take ourselves and we're gonna try to tap, okay? So I want you to try to tap out, tap in, tap out, tap in, tap out, tap in. I'm looking at my toes to see where they're headed. Can you finally now look at me instead, or look at yourself? Whatever you want to look at. Look out the window if you want. For 3, for 2, for 1. Wonderful. Sit yourself back a little bit. If you can, support yourself by lifting your feet up in the air. We're going to go side to side because we're going to do one circle one way with the feet. You don't have to keep them together. And then we're gonna go the other way, circle for 3. And then we're gonna come back for 3. So we're gonna make big circles. You can come to the ground. I just was gonna show you an option. You can come to the ground, lift up, come to the ground, or you can stay lifted and then go back for 3. And then the other way. We're just gonna keep doing 3, so you get a full rotation, and then you come back the other way. You have 2 more. 1 on this side and then one full 3 of them on this side. And then we're gonna set our feet on the ground, come to the front, grab a sip of water, and you're gonna meet me at the top at the chair. Grab a hold of that chair. Please set it to the side. You should be able to see me okay from here. You see me okay? All right, we're gonna do some little bit of lifts. So right now, just a little bit for the calves. If you can, please, just you're gonna lift and lower, lift, lower. Start at the bottom first. For 2 more. And now, second move in this circuit is going to be a little leg lift to the side, lateral hip mobility. So we're just going to lift and lower, lift, lower, lift. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to take the same leg. You're going to lift it, try to get it somewhat towards the top of the chair, your knee with your toe pointed. So 1, 2, 3, kind of like a modified high knee. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to start then back at the top. We're going to do that 3 times. So we're going to lift and lower with our calves. Then we're going to go out to the side for 10. And then we're going to lift and lower on the angle, the knee for 10. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times. So let's go. Up, down, 3, 4, whatever your pace is. And then we're going to lift and lower, squeezing the bottom, squeezing the outside of the thigh for 10. Then we're going to put our weight in this foot, shift, make sure that knee is over the toe. As you lift and lower, opening up that hip complex, please. You're squared towards the chair. Only the knee is coming towards me. And then we do it again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squeeze the butt on the other side. Last time, ready? Last round. Your bottom should be on fire. 3, 4, 5, 6. You got this. The weight on the floor, that's the weight that's holding a lot of the weight, is that leg. Make sure you're squeezing that bottom because you're gonna need a nice workout. You're gonna feel yourself sore there. And shake it out. So you're gonna wanna make sure you bring this knee that's on the other side up for a few to shake it out a little bit. Lift the knee that was on the ground. So the leg that was on the ground, lift at me, hold on here, and you're gonna take and try to bring it to the side a little bit, grabbing on the thigh. You're gonna get a little bit, you feel that stretch? Wonderful. All right, you guys can stay facing the same. I'm just switching for camera purposes, okay? So what do you think we're gonna do now? The same thing. Yes, because that's what makes sense, right? Okay, so how about this time though, we come back with our legs See how I'm bringing these up and down? So 1, 2, 3, slight knee bend, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, 1, 2. This is your first round. 4, 5. Ooh, you should feel it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Then your lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to the second round. Remember, you're going to take yourself and just roll back onto your heels up. You can also 1, roll up, 2, 3. I like that move a little bit better for myself. So I'm going to move to this move. I feel like I'm getting more mobility to the whole ankle. It's like rocking back and forth. For 10, and then a lift. Squeeze inner thigh, squeeze outer thigh, squeeze the bottom. Standing leg, that support is the foundation. Brace that core. And then now lift and lower as light as a feather. So think, lift through the core. And then one more time, we go through this rotation. And this is our circuit. Squeeze, breathe. Remember, motion is lotion, so every little bit you're doing, we are lubricating all those joints, everything around that. Doing a fantastic job. Try to keep yourself straight. If you feel yourself tipping over like a clock, please try to straighten yourself out. And hold. Ah, good. Take it out. So bring yourself towards the front again. This time, this supporting leg, try to lift up. If you can, please, and grab hold. Or just kind of hold it out, and you can also just kind of even do one of these if you want, where you just slowly rotate it outwards. All right, wonderful. Okay, a little bit of back stretch. Scoot the chair a little bit ahead of you. I'm gonna take, palms are just gonna go onto the top. You're gonna slowly walk yourself back so you're nice and flat like the number 7. And you're gonna let your feet are under hips and let your head fall a little bit between your, between your shoulders safely, and hold. Slight bend in the knee. If it's too much pressure on your shoulders, please do not do this then. Slowly lift yourself up and walk yourself towards the chair. Deep breath in. And we're gonna do this 2 more times. So walk yourself out. If you wanna grab more towards the side for a little bit more wide stretch in the shoulders, but please, if this bothers your shoulders, do not do that. Avoid lifting your shoulders towards your ears. Slowly walk up, up. Take a nice inhale and exhale. And one more time, we go in all the way to the back. And slowly walk it up to the front. Wonderful. All right, take that chair out of the way, please. We're gonna come to the mat. I'm gonna show you this from a different perspective just for camera purposes. I think it will just be better on camera, but if you can, I want you to follow along with what we're gonna do. So watch for me first, if you can, please. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on the ground, and I want you to watch. You're going to do the same thing. We're going to lay on the ground. The hands are going to go to the side. We're going to have our feet in the air, or a slight knee bend if it's too much. And we're going to do rotations out and around, and out and around. Now, can you guys see that? I'm going to come towards the camera to make sure. Are we good? I think you got it. I'm going to move my camera a little bit too so you can see my legs. So it's like egg beaters, kind of. I know you guys do these maybe in a pool, if you've ever done them in a pool or in class. But we're going to go out and around first. If you can straighten out the legs, keep them straight the whole time. And the lower you can go to the ground, great, but you have to keep the lower back on the ground. And now stop at the top wherever you are. So both the feet are together, either bent knee or not. And now please, we're going to rotate the other way. So now you're going to try to take the rotation from the outside in. Bend that knee tremendously if you need to, please. The lower back must stay glued to the ground, the mat. So your lower back does not come off. It's like glued to it. If it does, then you need to bring your legs higher. Two more. And hold. Bring those knees in, nose towards the chest, roll yourself up. I'm going to face you. How are we doing? Did you feel that? Let me know if you feel it. Thumbs up if you felt it, or come off mute. What do we think? Talk to me so I know how to keep going with that.
Yeah, it worked. Worked for me.
You like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, we're going to do it again then. We're going to do it again, 2 more sets, and we're going to try to do 10 rotating one way and then 10 rotating in the other way, okay? So egg beater, they call them. So we're going to do 2 sets of each again, okay? Thank you. So this is at your pace if you can, guys. Things to think about. Chin tucked towards the chest, eye gaze towards the ceiling, hands out to the side, shoulder blades in the ground, lower back glued to the ground, legs straight and or slight knee bend. And we're gonna go out first, 10. So at your pace, I'll give you about 2 minutes to finish this. You can go as big as your circle as you want. The more flexible you are and more mobile you are in your hips, the more you're going to be able to do that bigger. My lower back tends to want to come off the ground to make it bigger. Don't do that. Stay with that lower back glued in and bend the knees if need be. 10 one way, and then when you finish 10, you want to come to the center, make a conscious effort to think, I'm now going to go the other way, because the brain sometimes likes to take over. So make sure you have to tell yourself exactly what you want to do. Make it start to become muscle memory. And the littler you need to make them, that's okay. If you need to make the circles a little smaller. And then you can take a break in between if you need. Bring the knees in. Rock side to side, whatever you need. And then you go back in for your last set. And when you're ready, you'll go to the other way for those last 10. This should be a nice core workout, nice ab workout at the same time as the hips. Get everything you can out of each one, as little as they can be, as big as they can be. And release, bringing those knees in. Give yourself a big hug, please. Give yourself a big hug at the knees. Bring the knees into the chest. Grab underneath those thighs. Lift the chin towards the chest, shoulder blades off. Deep breath in. And relax. We're gonna slowly roll to one side. Roll yourself up. We're gonna come into a cross leg position. I mean, not a cross leg, a wide leg position. I'm gonna make myself spotlighted. I realized I just wasn't, so hold on a second. You know, sometimes things happen. It is what it is. All right, so now we're gonna come into a wide leg position. You're gonna be as wide as you can, however that is for you today, whether that's really wide, whether that's kind of wide. If you're doing splits, great. Otherwise, you just sit through the sit bones, so you're sitting up. If you find yourself tipping like way far back, just bring yourself, like lift yourself up and kind of sit yourself on your sit bones again. And we're just gonna sit like this for just a second, okay? Take a little slight knee bend, rotate the knees a little bit out. Take a little bit slight, like a little bit of pressure on the inside thigh. Push yourself towards the out. If you can point the toes or leave them flex, that's up to you. Opening up through the hips. If you wanna walk yourself a little bit forward, you can. If you wanna walk yourself a little bit to one side and hold. But right now, we're just gonna reach and just stay right here. Not trying to prove anything. There used to be a day I could get my nose all the way back there, like way down here, but that's not today. So just reach those hands towards the front, kind of pat towards you in the front if that's as far. If you want a big knee bend, watch. This is another option. You could do a big knee bend. See how my knees are bent large amount, and then I'm rotating towards the outside. You can also do that to create a little bit more space, okay, in the hips. And slowly you can straighten out, but I want you to be really careful because I don't want you to hurt yourself. So you can hold here for about another 10 seconds. After that, we are going to take our shoes off if you don't have your shoes off already, or if you don't, come to bare feet if you want, because we're going to do a couple different things on the ground. So slowly bring yourself up, safely bring these legs in one at a time. Take those shoes and socks off if you can, or if you don't have them on, then just, you're ready to go. You're more prepared for it. To come over into a cat-cow position just for a second. So we're gonna have our hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes are facing the ground. Eye gaze is towards here. We're gonna take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, round the back through like a cat. Total of 3 total at your pace. Slowly walk yourself back into a child's pose just for a second. Well, not a second, like maybe 15 seconds. Big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. Let yourself hips fall back. And slowly rise ourselves up, bring the knees together, and bring your foot up to the front. So it'd be your left foot gonna come up to the front. You're gonna be in a low lunge, tuck those toes under. The rock kind of side to side. We're gonna stay here. Try not to collapse in this position, right? We wanna try to keep yourself nice and lifted so you kind of be able to read like a sweatshirt like this. I'm trying to lift myself high. Fingertips may be on the ground. If you want to bring hands up, you could, that's up to you. You're just gonna rock side to side, pushing through the full points of the foot. Remembering to breathe, create that space, lifting up right through the navel. We're gonna inhale in, and on the exhale, slowly take ourselves back towards lifting the heel into a runner's stretch. So we shifted the weight backwards, the heel is up. We're bringing our knees toward the nose. Slight bend, big bend, gigantic bend in the knee, whatever, it doesn't matter as long as you're in the position. You don't have to be perfectly in this position, okay? If this is too much, you can just stay in that lunge. Slowly walk yourself back towards the front, back to where we just were. This time though, we're gonna walk our leg out a little bit, bring this arm inside. So now one foot is on the outside and this two hands are on the inside, more of a lizard variation. The foot is gonna come towards the edge of the mat. That leg is gonna lay flat in the back if it can. We're not going anywhere for a while, so give yourself a good minute or so here. So I want you to rock back side to side. Another option is you can bring yourself towards the ground on the forearms if that's in your day, but if it's not, please do not do that. Or a yoga block is always an option. Otherwise, you can stay right here. Too much on the wrist, you can kind of take and make a fist for a second, go back in, or simply go back to child's pose or low lunge. Otherwise, please try to bring yourself into this place. And for the next 30 seconds, we're gonna just have pure silence. Slowly walk yourself up from wherever you are. Walk this leg in. I'm gonna bring the leg to the outside. Hold here in this low lunge, tucking on the under toe in the back. The fingers through the front of you. About the time we're taking in these stretches to make sure our hips are nice and mobile by the end of this class. Slowly shift that weight back. We're gonna go in that runner's lunge one more time. And let's safely take ourselves back to where we started. Grab for both those feet, get them active, ready to go. Hands are planted. I'm gonna bring this leg up if possible. Bring your leg back into a plank position. We're gonna hold that plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop the knee and the other leg up towards the front, and we do this again. So now we're gonna have a hand on each side. We're gonna be in the low lunge. Tuck that back toe. Knee is on the ground, you're facing me. Bring yourself up so you don't have yourself falling into your thigh, okay? Palms can be flat, or you can be a little bit up on the fist if you want to. You can lift yourself all the way up. create a space that's a place for you to grow, a place for you to thrive, a place for you to know you're here, and a place for you to know you're present, where you feel this, okay? Get a little bit uncomfortable. On the exhale, we're going to shift our weight back, bring that heel up, slowly look towards the ground. If you want to tuck that back leg, the foot under, you can. There can be a big knee bend, slightly less, a little bit of a bend though. Please don't lock out that knee joint. Slowly shift the weight towards the front. And bring this time that leg out towards the edge of the mat. Both hands now on the inside to that lizard variation. Tuck that back toe under, rock side to side, create that space, opening up through the hip. Brace that core, don't let that belly just fall, please. Keep those feet active, a little bit of energy running through both feet still. If you want, you can slowly let yourself come towards the ground on the forearm or drop the head. For 30 seconds, we're gonna have silence. So just find a space that's a place you know you're gonna get the most out of this stretch, please. Deep stretches. Create that circulation and blood flow, bringing nothing but health, peace, and serenity to your body. And slowly, gonna walk yourself up. Bring your leg in. One arm is gonna go on each side again. We're gonna come into that low lunge, tucking that back toe under. Have a little bit, like I said, like a little lift if possible, please. UPS. Inhale in and slowly go back into that runner's lunge one more time for a nice deep stretch in the hamstrings. Let your head fall, let yourself be calm. And slowly gonna bring ourselves up. Great, create a space where you know you're gonna succeed. So keep that leg, hands are planted, and you're gonna bring yourself back into that plank position again, and we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly let your knees drop. Bring yourself into seated position, coming into a cross-legged position. I'm gonna check the time. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Gonna check the time. Bring yourself together into the front. Take a nice inhale in. Let's bring ourselves all the way up with our hands, all the way up, shoulders back and down, close the eyes. I wish you nothing but a great week filled with happiness, peace, and joy. And on the exhale, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Thanks so much.
Thank
See you
you.
next Wednesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.